Hey everybody, from Beer to Ketosis here, or on my Instagram, I am now Matt Burns Fat, and I will talk about that at the end of the video. I just rhymed. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know. Oh, I'm such a dork. I'm such a dork.
Here we go, 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 here we go.
Topo Chico. For when you want to drink Topo Chico. Let's talk. I have a lot going on in my life. You guys will understand exactly why I have been so distant in the last couple months, and there's some big things coming, there's some changes coming, and there's some exciting things coming. Some of you may or may not know, some of you may remember that in the late weeks of April, I decided to add another level of challenge to my lifestyle because I was getting complacent, and we all know that I just don't like complacency. I enjoy challenges, and basically when I tell myself that I can't or won't or I'm not able to do something, that's when I decide that I have to do it. If you go back in my earlier YouTube videos where I say I hate working out, I don't like to work out, all this stuff, and I joke about all that, I did it to myself, didn't I? I decided that I had to start working out and start running. Now, almost through with the Couch to 5K program. For you runners out there, that's not a whole lot, but for me, like that's a whole world of difference. Like I'm amazed. Last night when I did my first 25-minute run, I got to the end of it and I was I couldn't, like, this is me. I can't believe that this is me, you know? That being said, I should talk about my Appalachian Trail Hike. Anybody who has hiked before is about to roll your eyes because we all know the old adage, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. But I can condition myself as much as I can and try to still hit my goals. So, first of all, one of my goals is to hit 30-mile days on average. Go ahead. Okay, now that we're through with all of the eye rolling, we need to realize that I have a wide gait, I have a fast pace. I walk 4.5 miles an hour at 1 to 5% inclines on a daily basis. And I walk 10 miles a day at least, so realistically, a 30-mile day. Granted, you know, we're talking steep inclines and, you know, climbing stuff and enjoying views and everything, but I mean 30 miles a day is not that unreasonable for me. It's quite a task. It's a tremendous task, and don't think that I disrespect that task at all, because I fully respect it and I fully plan to go in with my hiker legs intact before the trail. Let's talk briefly about the one product that I feel like is perfect for somebody on a ketogenic diet who is planning on hiking or doing any kind of endurance sport activity, and that is the Keto Brick. Okay, so for any of you who are not in the know, the Keto Brick is 151 grams and it's 1,000 calories. Do the math on that. It's an incredible calorie to ounce ratio. You could eat nothing but Keto Brick every day and you would be in perfect ketosis every day, as long as you're, you know, active. So 1,000 calories is not quite enough to get me through the Appalachian Trail Hike on a daily basis, so I will be supplementing it with other things that we'll talk about in the future. But this is going to be the staple of my diet. You can see I already took a bite out of it. Because first of all, if you want real information on the Keto Brick, go check out Keto Savage. He's got the real information. I'm just talking about my first-hand experience with it. So, Robert will tell you in some of his videos that he didn't formulate it for flavor, he formulated it for performance. Now, I understand why he's saying that, but it doesn't taste bad. I like it. I think it's really good. Eating more than a quarter of it at a time it can get a little rich. I throw a little bit of almond butter on there and it tastes great. So realistically, we'll call this a 1,200 calorie challenge for me for 2 weeks straight. Yes, I have a 2-week grip of keto bricks. So for 2 weeks, I'm eating nothing but keto bricks, maybe some almond butter, and you know, my regular, you know, vitamins, minerals, all that stuff. Topo Chico. Sponsor me. So let's talk briefly about my measurements. Yes, we're gonna talk about not those measurements. Stop it. Anyway, my chest is at 43 inches. My shoulders are at 47 inches. My biceps, boom, 14 inches. My forearms are 11. We don't need forearms. Hips are 45, waist is 38, and my thighs are at 27 inches. I'm also at 232 pounds right now, and today is the 24th day of the month of June. I am not going to be walking 30 miles a day because it doesn't meet the calorie requirements for that, and I would have to either have a lot more keto bricks or I would have to add other variables into that. So to reduce the amount of variables in this experiment, since the calories are going to be about a third of what I would naturally need on the Appalachian Trail on a daily basis, I am also going to only hike about a third of what I intend to hike. I am going to be hiking between 10 and 15 miles and eating strictly the keto brick with the almond butter. I'm gonna have like 14 of these at the end of these 2 weeks. I'm gonna have 15 of these because I have one myself. So reach out to me and I can send you one of these because I mean they're kind of cool. I like them. When I met Robert, he was he complimented the fact that I was wearing one, so that was cool. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my muscles in the mirror. Is that weird that I'm talking to you guys and I'm looking at myself in the mirror? So, the caffeine hasn't hit yet, guys. The caffeine has not hit. I'm tired. Okay, so a lot of people reached out to me because of a disclaimer that Robert put out when he last made the keto bricks, and he addressed a problem I guess they had in shipping at some point where they were losing shape and becoming more keto blobs than bricks, I think were his exact words. I typically eat my brick in the morning before work. I decided to put the brick in my backpack 95 degrees out and walk 5 miles before work, so that way I could at least try and mimic some of the situation that I'll have on the Appalachian Trail. Now I can tell you right now that as I'm feeling it, the top like corners are a little bit mushy. Probably not gonna be an issue, and honestly maybe, you know, I could benefit from them being a little bit softer when I'm on my hike, so who knows. Not too worried about it. I can take precautions. I can put them in a different spot in my pack. This one I kind of purposely put in the top front of my pack so it would get as much heat as possible because I wanted to mimic some of the heat that it would see on the Appalachian Trail. It did lose shape a little bit, but once again, I'm not worried about that. Hey! I'm on my way to the Greenbelt with the love of my life, Bailey. So real quick, just want to demonstrate this beautiful, naturally growing plastic bags that happen out here in the Austin, Texas Greenbelt. Little naturally growing cigarette butt right next to it too. This is a pure indication that the species Homo sapien has been around, because they plant these plastic bags to grow naturally and beautify beautiful areas like this. I just got word that my dad jokes are horrible. I don't care. There's a pooping dog back there. That's what he thinks of my dad jokes. I don't know if she's yelling at me or the dog. See, I'm gonna go ahead and plant this can right here. Was that? The cicadas are deafening. I'm talking to my people. Talking about a Wonder Years song. She don't know about that. She only listens to stoner music. Because of a super rare phenomenon called science, this is supposed to be water, but it's not. It's just rocks. The water has turned into rocks. So what we what we need is we need a miracle. We need somebody who can turn rocks into water. So maybe David or somebody else. I don't know. But I'm gonna go swimming anyway, guys. I don't give a shit. Let's do this. She's not behind me. She thinks my jokes are horrible. Right, Sydney?
What?
You think my jokes are horrible?
Oh yeah, that was good.
But can I tell you something? She thinks the Grateful Dead is good. So I'm okay with that. I'm gonna edit that out. I had a beautiful video going. Pooped it up. You went and pooped it up. It's messed up. Hey, hold up. Anyone out there been to Bushkill Falls before? Bushkill Falls in Poconos. So this looks just like the Delaware Valley Lookout point that they added a few years back. I don't know, probably like 10 years back at this point. All right, guys. So as good as that video was going, I have to stop it here because that day didn't end very well. Sydney and myself decided to part ways at the end of that video. Actually, that day we decided to part ways, so I never got to finish that video. We were going to go, we ultimately decided to go tubing in San Marcos, but never made it there. And, you know, nothing but love and respect for that girl, but, you know, we just parted ways, and that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just have to deal with adversity as it comes, guys, and not every day is going to be perfect, but you just got to move through it. Let's quickly recap my first week eating strictly keto bricks. I did add almond butter to my keto brick every day, just enough to make it a little bit less rich for me so I could, you know, get through it. I did one day grind it in a blender into like a shake, and that was actually really good. So just, if you're watching this, Robert, that's a pretty good idea. There's not really any changes to my body composition or my weight. I did lose 1.5 pounds. My energy level has been phenomenal. I haven't had any issues with energy at all. Walking, running, more than 10 miles daily. So I've been staying active throughout this experiment as promised, and so far so good. I think that at the end of this 2 weeks, I will have not lost a tremendous amount of weight, which is actually a really good thing because I don't want to lose 60 more pounds on the Appalachian Trail. I want to try and maintain it because you have to remember at that point I'm going to be between 5 and 10% body fat. So I don't really need to be losing more body fat while I'm on the trail. What I need is sustainable energy on the trail. I'm going to find a way to make sure that I can have keto bricks in my pack at all times while I'm on the Appalachian Trail. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe this video as you see fit. Please at least like it and subscribe to me. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at MattBurnsFat and check out my Patreon page. So I know that I promised gear reviews, and they're coming. I promise they're coming. I am hesitant to buy gear right now because I am about to move halfway across the country in 25 more days. So after my move is when I'll start hitting you guys with real deal gear reviews. So please go ahead and hit up my Patreon. If you guys can all just donate $1 a month in my Patreon to me, that'll help me acquire more gear and try new things out and really move forward with putting content out there that you guys want to see. So once again, patreon.com/from beer to ketosis. Go check that out. There's some rewards on there. Come hike with me, guys. Whatever you need to do. If you contribute to me, I will surely reciprocate it somehow to you. Love you guys. Be safe.